Alright, I'm here with an episode of RANTAMANIA. Got 5 topics to talk about on this episode. One's actually a requested video topic. I'll start off with that one, and then I'll get to ranting a little bit more. The first one, this was requested by somebody. They wanted me to talk about sports and what I like. I haven't really talked a lot about sports because I think sports are very overrated. I like sports. I love watching sports, but there's just maybe not overrated, but it's just there's a lot more important things in the world than sports. There's so many shows, so many channels. You could find sports all over the place, and what really matters in the world is, I think politics are a lot. It's a lot bigger topic than sports. That's why I make videos about politics and governments and other events happening in the world, current events. I enjoy making videos about that more than I do about sports because politics are more important than sports. Yeah, sports are fun to watch and all, but and I do enjoy watching sports, but politics are more important. And they also wanted me to talk about the USA hockey team. Was I rooting for the USA hockey team in the gold medal game or whatever? I think it was the semifinal game. Yeah, I was rooting for them, but it's not like it's the end of the world if they lose. It's just America is like so corrupted. The government is so corrupted. It's taken away my patriotism, sort of. And so I don't get that in the hockey anymore. I never did, but it's hard to get into it when you got a country that's corrupted. It's hard to sort of get into the American hockey team when America itself's corrupted. So I live in Michigan, so I root for the Tigers, which is the baseball team. I've been to the field a couple times. It's a good experience though to go to a sports game. It's fun. It's all right. Yeah, I remember I went last time and it got a little boring, but I think the sports seasons too are way too long because you'll go to like a regular season game. I just get so bored because it doesn't even matter really. I mean, the seasons are so long. Baseball's fucking 162 games. I mean, I pay attention a little bit, and then like the last 20 games are usually when it starts to pick up, and who's gonna make the playoffs. So I mean, the first like 90 or 80-90% of the season is boring. Then it finally picks up in the last 10%, and it's funner to watch. And playoffs too are the best. That's the only time I really watch sports is when my home teams are playing in the playoffs. It's very fun though. It's when you get your teams playing in the playoffs, like the Red Wings. They've been in the playoffs for like 20 straight years. It's pretty impressive, and it's really fun though to watch from the playoffs. But I think sports aren't as important as they try to tell you they are. I mean, yeah, it's fun to watch and all. It's a nice thing to do in your free time, but you should pay more attention to politics and shit. And yeah, I do post mostly wrestling videos on here because I enjoy talking about wrestling. But I'm very into politics. You probably wouldn't think I'm into politics that much, but I am. I pay a lot of attention to politics, watch a lot of videos. Don't watch the mainstream media because it's just the government's propaganda machine. But yeah, I do pay attention to a lot of politics. Probably more than I do wrestling, actually. I probably watch more shit on politics than I do on wrestling. It's probably close. I don't keep a vlog or anything, but so there's your little thing on sports. Next one here is NXT. NXT, I talked about this a little in my NXT review, has gone down the toilet. It's since Ascension, since the pay-per-view, it's been retarded. The shows have been retarded. They've been boring. I don't know why. I do know why, but it's because now they got you. They got your $10 or whatever, $10 a month for the network. And NXT is not a big part of the network. So I'm sure very little people are just buying NXT or buying the network just to watch NXT. So it doesn't really even matter, if NXT is bad or not, because it's not gonna affect the network buys that much. So it's just they should have kept it on Hulu or whatever. Um, that way they would have had more motivation to actually put on a good product, because if it, as I said, if it's on the network, I mean it's a good idea, I guess, to put it on the network because it may be some more buyers, but they should have kept it on Hulu, because if they're not gonna put any work into it, then they might as well not just do it at all. Moving it to the network actually it would have been a good idea, or it is a good idea. Maybe don't put it on Hulu. Whatever, do whatever. I don't, but make it good. I don't care where you put the fucking show. Just make it good. Make it a quality episode that I want to see. Cause a couple of weeks. I'm gonna give it a couple more weeks. If it's not good, I'm done with it, and then I'll probably pick it up in the summer if I stop watching. But a couple more weeks, if they don't put on good shit, I'm done. I don't want to sit through an hour of bullshit every week. I already sit through 3 hours of bullshit watching Raw most weeks. So yeah, NXT. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I haven't watched this week yet, the 27th, March 27th episode, but I watched March 20th, and there wasn't any Bo Dallas, no Neville, who's a champion. He should be on there every week. He's a fucking champion. He wasn't on there. So, very disappointing, very boring episode of NXT. Next one, we got network problems. Yeah, I've been having some WWE network problems. When I tried to watch a pay-per-view or some video on the network on my computer, and it wouldn't work. And I tried it for multiple pay-per-views, and it wouldn't work. I press on it, I press play video, and it does the thing where it goes dun na na na, and it shows TV PG. It shows like a 5-second clip, which is fucking retarded as well. All right, we get it. It's PG. It's TV 14. It's TV mature, whatever. It's so annoying how they play that. If you just put like on the network, it contains mature content or something, instead of playing videos before the fucking actual video. So it does that 5-second video, TV PG, and then it just stops there and does not go to the video I want to actually see, which really pisses me off. And I don't think it's my computer either, because I could watch, my computer's not the fastest or anything, but it's pretty damn fast. So I could watch YouTube videos fine. I never have problems with watching YouTube videos. I never have buffering problems. My computer is a good computer. I don't know why it doesn't work for the network, but it's pissing me off. That's unacceptable right there. I mean, that's the focal point of the network, and it doesn't even work on my computer, so I gotta watch it on the iPad now. So that really pisses me off there. Next one, the builds to the WrestleMania matches have been very they have not been good, in my opinion. Like all the builds to the matches in WWE, mostly. I mean, let's go through the main matches here. You got Brian and Triple H, who have had, Brian wasn't even there. Why the fuck was Brian not there? Oh, he's got an injury, he can't be there. Like, why wasn't he there? It's 2 weeks before WrestleMania, and he's not even there. It's like, you want to promote the match. You want to get people to want to watch the show. You want to get a good build to the match. But no, they don't even put him on the fucking show. He's the hottest guy in the company, most over guy in the company by far. He's wrestling the best matches, and he's the most talented guy in the company, and they don't even put him on the show. Yeah, that's great. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, he's got an injury. They're trying to say, oh, he's injured. It's just retarded, very retarded. So they don't even have really a segment to build to the match at WrestleMania that much. I mean, they have a segment with Stephanie McMahon and Orton and Batista. Why was Stephanie McMahon in the ring? She shouldn't even be on fucking TV. Or, maybe put her on TV. But don't put her in a segment. Don't even put Stephanie on TV. She fucking sucks. But don't put Stephanie in a segment. Why not put Triple H in there? At least it would make some sense. But, of course they don't do that. And then the match, we have Cena and Bray Wyatt. They're doing a little bit better on that. They're just putting Cena against the 2 other Wyatt members, Harper and Rowan. And the promos have been good by Bray Wyatt, but Cena's promos have been goofy. He's trying to make it funny. And at least they're trying to do some little, they're trying to build it up a little bit, but it's not really working for me. Um, and we got Lesnar and Undertaker, which has been another shitty build. I mean, you go back to Monday night and you had him, like the casket there, and you could clearly see somebody under the ring, messing with the ring apron. You could see it moving, so that pretty much, gave away the awe of Undertaker being there. It would have made it seem more like it was actually, magic if the ring apron wasn't shaking below. Um, then you have, they're like 10 minutes you're just walking around the ring, Heyman and Lesnar, like scared and shit, and they're just, where's Undertaker? And it just was dragged out. It went too long, and then always in the casket. And then you get a clothesline from Undertaker, and that's it. That's what you get for waiting 10 minutes, one fucking clothesline. Wasn't enough. And they put him on main event. They put Undertaker on main event. What a disgrace to the Undertaker to put him on a fucking show like that. Why the fuck would they put him on there on their worst show? What a fucking retarded idea. Whose fucking idea was that? Just it blows my mind with this company. Yeah, we're gonna put Undertaker on Raw. Or on main event. We're gonna take him off Raw to put him on main event. Yeah, what a great idea that was. And then all the other builds. You got this Divas match now with 12,000 Divas in it. Just came out of nowhere. You got this random tag match with the Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaws, just out of nowhere, pretty much. And you're getting all these matches made like 2 weeks before, and it's like you can't get a significant build if the match is made 2 weeks before, because then you only have one Raw to build up to the match, and that's not enough for a WrestleMania match. So it's pretty depressing, the builds. It doesn't even feel like WrestleMania. It doesn't feel like there's going to be the biggest pay-per-view of the year on in a couple weeks. It just feels like a normal pay-per-view. And the last thing I want to touch on here is the people who are saying, oh, this was Brian, they're saying Brian was going to get this push. This was the plan. And they're like, oh, yeah, we were right. Brian, they weren't burying Brian. This was all part of the plan. For all those people who say that, it was pretty much confirmed on wrestling websites that Brian Sheamus was going to happen at Mania. But Punk leaving fucked up all the WrestleMania plans. And then Brian got Triple H. And then Batista also started getting a lot of boos. Nobody likes Orton. So what's the solution? Put Daniel Bryan in there. So this was not the plan from the beginning. The plan was not for, Batista. I'm sure the plan was for Batista to win the title. I'm sure the plan was for, Batista versus Orton, not a three-way. And by the way, people are like, oh, stop complaining. He's going to win the belt at Mania. How do I know that? It seemed like he was going to win the belt at SummerSlam, too. It seemed like he was going to win the belt at Hell in a Cell. But he didn't. And people were telling me, settle down, he'll win the belt. It's just all part of the plan. I'm complaining, post SummerSlam. You could go watch my review. I was mad as fuck in that review. I was complaining, why did they take the belt off Brian? Everybody was like, oh, hey, settle down. It's just part of the plan. You just wait. I'm like, no, I want him to have the belt now. That would have been a great moment, him going over Cena. But no, they didn't do that. And then, then he loses at Hell in a Cell, and it proves me right that they weren't going to put him over, and, they should have won the belt at SummerSlam. Same thing happened with Ziggler. I'm complaining. The double turn fucking sucked. And I'm saying, why would they take the belt off? And everybody's like, calm down, he's going to win the belt at SummerSlam. And of course he doesn't. And you could go watch my review of Payback, where I complain about that, and people are telling me, calm down. I'm like, no, I want him to have the belt now. And then it turns out SummerSlam, he's in a fucking mixed tag match, and actually Bleacher Report put it on the worst moments of the 2013. So who was right? I was. So I'm gonna wait to WrestleMania to say that they're actually going with Daniel Bryan. I'm gonna wait to see what happens, and then I'll say if he's gonna get a push or not. And so there you go, people.